worst names. I've been called every name in the book. If you're making your enemies angry, you're doing a good job. And we go back to Churchill. If you haven't made any enemies, you haven't done anything. Ganyan talaga. Ang buhay ng politika, wala ka talaga. Hindi mo maiwasan yan eh. Kahit yung pinaka-popular, tignan mo, our president now, if you look at the surveys, ang taas-taas ng popularity, ng approval rating at lahat, meron pa rin galit sa kanya, meron pang minumura siya, meron pang kung ano yung sinasabi. Hindi mo mawala yan eh. And we learned that lesson, I did anyway, I learned that lesson very early on.
At the age of 6.
Mga ganon. I remember, we'll look in the history books. When was the time when he was Senate President, ang gusto talaga siyang tanggalin. They just kept attacking him and attacking him. I remember, I still in my head, I can still see the newspaper. Oust Marcos. Marcos out. Yung ganon, puro ganon yung headline.
At the age of 6, ano? Parang ang agad na awakening yun and realization about life. Diba?
It had to happen because buhay talaga namin yun. It's been that way since
history.
Before we were born.
Yes.
Diba?
Speaking of history, Sir Bong, if you were to change one thing about the Philippine history, what would you change?
The colonizations, sana hindi na tayo na-colonize. I would do away with the Spanish colonization, with the 300 years, and all the Americans essentially colonized us too. And I think that Filipinos deserve better than to be second-class citizens.
Your mom has been very vocal about you following the footsteps of your father, hindi ba? So, where do you see yourself next year?
As long as I'm functioning, I consider myself to be in public service. I hew close to my father's idea that it seems we were put on this earth to serve, and so that's what I'll do. If that is my purpose in life, and that's what God wants for me to do, then that's what I will continue to do. Hanggat I'm functioning, it's never finished kasi. It's never finished. There's always one other thing that you can do. There's always a little bit more that you can do.
So if it's not yet finished, what is it that you want to continue doing?
Helping, just make the Philippines better. Well, right now, to be specific, is we're in the middle of this crisis. We have to improve our vaccination rollout para talagang, because it seems to be the only solution. In the very beginning of the pandemic, I was trying to find a way that you could balance opening the economy and staying safe. With the vaccines coming, what really needs to be done now is to have a plan for the re-emerging Philippine economy. What do we do? Paano natin bubuhayin ulit yung mga nalugi?
In the eyes of public, you have lived a privileged life. And parang iniisip nila, you seem to have everything. If there's one thing that you think that you don't have, ano po yun?
I agree with that public perception. Well, in the earlier part of my life, the privileges we enjoyed, we grew up in comfort. We had never needed for anything. What is it that's kulang pa in my...
You think that you don't have because you seem to have everything.
I'm jealous of you. I wanted to be a musician.
Sabi nga po ng anak niyo, if you weren't in politics, rockstar nga daw po kayo.
Ay, yun. Dalawa lang ang ambisyon ko nung maliit. When I was about 12 years old, maging rockstar, maging astronaut.
Sino idol niyong rockstar nun?
Stones, with Dagger, well, the Beatles, all of them. I became friends with all of them eventually. Nakilala ko silang lahat. Siyempre,
If you were to introduce the name Marcos to the new generation, how would you introduce yourself to them?
Well, I'm the son of the longest-lasting president who brought the Philippines into the modern world, really, and we became who brought to the Philippines a sense of nationhood. I've been asked many times, what's the most important part of your father's legacy? I'd say the most important part is that sense of nationhood. When we were proud to be Filipino, when we would go out abroad and say, Filipino kami. I think that was the first thing. And not a small part of that was OPM, was the original Pinoy
Pinoy
music.
music.
Because it's the culture. You learn about, this is what it means to be a Pinoy. This is what it means to be Filipino. And that happened during his time. And if you ask me, despite all of the successes that he had, built all the roads, the schools, the educational system, the medical, that's all wonderful and something that we should continue to. It's that sense of nationhood. And we were united. We were united as one. We were all working in the same direction, And we've lost that a little bit. And that's what I would like to, that's how I would introduce myself. I would like to restore that. Nasa ugali naman ng Pilipino na matulungin eh. Nasa ugali natin yung bayanihan. Kailangan gisingin lang ulit eh. Kailangan magtulungan ulit tayo. Medyo nakikita natin during the pandemic, random acts of kindness.
Bayanihan.
And just because Pinoys are just great. I mean, Pinoys are the best. They're the kindest, most gracious, most masipag, most resourceful. You never give up. You know? Pag masyado nang mahirap, gagawa ng joke. Saan ko naman nakakita ng gano'n? Hirap na hirapan, nagpapatawa pa.
Very resilient.
Tough. We're tough, not in that arrogant or aggressive way. We're tough in a very gentle Asian way. Which is for me the most remarkable quality that Filipinos have. We're the best. Pinoys are the best. You can't bring them anywhere, ask them to do anything, basta bakapan mo, basta you support them, they'll do good. You cannot put a Pinoy down.
Yan.
They won't stop. They won't stop. Especially for the family.
So that's the best quality of a Pinoy. If I were to ask you naman po, what's your best quality?
My best quality? It's against my nature too.
But how are you po as a husband? How will you describe yourself as a husband?
As a parent, as a husband, I think I'm pretty typical. That I mean, you're just trying to do your best. You're always trying to do your best. Of course, you never succeed. You don't succeed every time, but that's it. That's all you can do. That's a good question. How do I describe myself as a husband? I'm now trying to compare myself with friends of mine. I think at this stage in our family's life, it's really to be close to the family, as close to the family as you can. So even if you're working for something much bigger than just your family, that still remains the focus of your life. I'm many of the time I could retire and skip up. What will my kids think? Diba? Tinamad na yung tatay namin, ayaw na eh.
Speaking of tired, what are you tired hearing about?
Lies. I'm really tired of hearing lies that have already been disproven. Not necessarily about my family, about me. Some people have the idea that if you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes the truth. And so they keep repeating things. It's just tiresome. Pero yet, like I said, may pagkamanhid na rin ako. Kasi alam ko naman, ganyan naman talaga eh. Kung ayaw mong i-criticize ka, don't go into public life. When people are spouting lies, I always tell myself, don't worry about it. You have the advantage. You know the truth. So I take refuge in that.
And your truth is?
And the truth is not what you're saying. It's entirely something else. Just think of the things that were being said in 86. February, March, April. With all the things na sila said, nakadiscover kami ng ganito. Ganyan. All of them have been proven as lies. Pero sige pa rin. Sige pa rin sila. Sige, kung talagang yun ang gusto niyo sayangin ninyo yung buhay niyo dyan, di sige, that's your business. Tama si Taylor Swift, haters gonna hate, right? That's what they are. That's what they do, is hate.
So what do you focus on now po?
Work. I guess that's where we're headed.
Back to work.
What else are you going to do? The best thing that you can do is to help other people. Is to help many other people, as many people as you can. And what could be better than that? I can't think of anything that could be better than that.